Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shasa. Today I have decided to create another fragrance review, and I know I've been away for quite some time. I don't really have a good excuse other than it's just been a crazy year for everyone. That goes without being said. It's just been insane with this whole coronavirus thing, and I honestly just needed some time to not really do much of anything in terms of putting out videos or things of that nature. I just kind of needed some downtime to recalibrate, recuperate, and refocus. And I will say I've missed you guys so much. And thank you so much for the overwhelming support and for all of the great comments on my videos. It really has inspired me as well to come back and to hopefully get into more of a routine of putting these videos out on a regular basis. So without further ado, the fragrance we're going to be looking at today is from a very special fragrance house, a new fragrance house that I have discovered and absolutely fallen in love with, and that house is called Maison de Edo. And today we're going to just be doing a sample review. So I don't have the bottle here, but I still think that you guys will find this scent to be super interesting. So Maison de Edo was a fragrance house that was started by a woman named Brianna Lipovsky. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of some of the background information on the house. And Brianna Lipovsky is a very accomplished woman. She is a competitive equestrian, so she's currently working her way up to the highest level of dressage, the Grand Prix, which is considered to be the highest level of competition within equestrian sports. I'm no expert on equestrian sports, but I just definitely know that that is definitely considered to be like the top tier for that type of sport. And she is super passionate about horses. She's been riding horses since she was about 5 years old, but that's really only one kind of part about her personality or her background that makes her so interesting, in my opinion. She's also a industry authoritative in terms of being somebody who has worked in the beauty, the luxury, the fashion industry, and she has worked with different companies, really building their businesses, really helping to run marketing agencies, and all of this has kind of led into this cumulative life track of her creating her own business and her own fragrance house, given her expertise not only in the industry, but also a lot of her own personal scent memories. And she says that her two biggest passions are scent and horses. And within the Maison de Edo collection, there are 5 fragrances. Each fragrance within the collection actually references one of the horses that she's come into contact with at some point in her life. And these horses have left really poignant memories and really poignant impressions on her, and have definitely influenced the person that she is today. So I find that to be one of the very interesting parts about her fragrances. Not only does she have a very interesting concept in terms of her fragrance house, but she works with some of the most world-renowned perfumers in the business. Carlos Benaim, Celine Barrel, and Mackenzie Riley, just to name a few. And she not only works with award-winning perfumers, but also award-winning architects, artists, just people from various areas of discipline to create this line. And you will notice, I wish I really had the packaging today to show you guys because it is stunning. I will have packaging soon though, because she's sending me a bottle of my favorite fragrance, Canon, which will be featured in a later review. But everything about the brand from start to finish, the moment you unwrap the box, the moment you take the bottle out, the experience of the fragrance itself is pure luxury. And I love that she's been very vocal about saying in interviews and in press about her fragrance line that she doesn't want to create something that is not meaningful. She doesn't want to create things just to have things. She really wanted to create a product that would resonate with people, something that was a true luxury product, something that really has weight and value behind it. And I can definitely appreciate that because I feel like in this fast-paced consumer world that we live in, there's just so much junk on the market, and I love to see somebody creating something that is just so special. So let's just jump into the fragrance. Macanudo. Macanudo was done by perfumer Mackenzie Riley. She is definitely considered to be one of the rising stars in the fragrance industry right now, and she also had a very young start with her love affair with fragrance. She says that she was inspired from the moment her mother sprayed Shalimar in the bathroom when she was growing up, and she just saw her doing this, and she was kind of entranced and mesmerized by her mother in this ritual of applying perfume. But it wasn't until she was about 16 years old that she decided to really take a more aggressive career path towards being a perfumer. And today she is definitely, to me, one of the coolest, kind of newest, and very much kind of against the grain perfumers. She's not like your typical perfume artist. She's very experimental. She likes to go to the lab and the field and experiment with different raw materials, different extraction methods, and different ways of putting accords together within a fragrance. And she also likes to work with mineral accords, which I find to be very interesting, because mineral accords definitely take on an entirely different facet within a fragrance, and she'll build these mineral accords around different notes just to create something that is very unique in itself. So the story that they give us for Macanudo is riding horseback through a sun-dappled field, and I definitely get that connotation with this fragrance. I already have it on, but I'm going to spray a little bit more. I get it. I mean, honestly, and not only was it about riding horseback, through this open field on a beautiful sunny day, but, Brianna also talks about in the conceptual idea of this fragrance, playing polo and just kind of this idea of hooves charging across the grass, and you can kind of see the imagery of dirt and grass being kicked into the air by these powerful horses and their hooves, and I actually get all of that. And she also mentions a child's laughter, and I can just see a child running through a field outside, just so happy and so gleeful and so joyful. The fragrance, she says, also is supposed to evoke this kind of sense of exuberantness, I probably made that up, but exuberance, if you will. And also kind of this feeling of being grounded. And this fragrance definitely gives me that sense of something that is very grounding, but very happy at the same time, and very upbeat and up-tempo. And the fragrance here opens with this very bright top note of bergamot. You also have this beautiful kind of neroli note, which gives you this soft kind of floral powder, even though I will say it's not powdery at all in terms of how this fragrance dries down. It definitely, to me, still maintains a very predominant kind of earthy grassiness. And she calls this fragrance a kind of bold modern take on vetiver. So to me, that really is kind of the star of the show here, the Haitian vetiver note. And that Haitian vetiver note is joined by notes of jonquil. We also have notes of hay, which really plays even further into kind of that grassy element of the fragrance, because Haitian vetiver as well does kind of have this grassiness to it. And then we see in the base beautiful notes of wet earth, really beautiful in this fragrance. And then a touch of tonka bean, which does give the fragrance a very kind of soft, sweet finish. I could definitely see the stylistic influence of Mackenzie Riley's kind of trademark on this fragrance. I can get the, after I read about her liking to work with mineral accords, I can definitely tell that this fragrance does kind of have something about it that smells very mineral-like. And what I mean by that is something that is very kind of earthy, green, slightly vegetal, but also has a kind of flint or kind of stone element to it. And all in all, this is a very special fragrance. I will say that I've never smelled anything like this before. The projection, the efficacy, and just the vibrant nature of the fragrance on the skin is incredible. It just really pops, and you can tell that the raw materials here are extremely high quality. I really love it. And this fragrance has also gotten a lot of really great press. Not that I need to plug the fragrance, because it really speaks for itself. If you could smell this, believe me, you would know how amazing it is. But she's gotten a lot of great write-ups with this being like, one of the best scents for summer, for, spring, summer 2020, and also just getting a lot of great accolades and press for this fragrance just being so kind of groundbreaking. It really is different and within a class of its own. So yeah, Macanudo is just really all in all this beautiful take on vetiver, kind of grassy, very earthy, kind of mineralized. but still very bright and citrusy at the same time, if you could imagine all those things. I love this scent. It's special because it really takes you to a specific place. When you hear everything I said about the story and kind of the imagery that it's supposed to evoke, when you put this fragrance on, it literally does take you into that element, which is so special. So yeah, you guys, that's Macanudo. Thank you so much for tuning into my video today. I know that I have been gone for such a long time, but I promise I'm gonna really get back into the groove here with videos, and I'm gonna do my best to keep bringing you guys content on a consistent basis. Macanudo is available in a 2.5 ounce bottle, and the retail on it is $250, and it is available at the Conservatory. They have boutiques in Dallas, Napa, and in New York. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.